Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Brief. Today is the 16th of May. We do have quite a bit of hazards to talk about over the next 48 hours or so. We're going to start with giving you an overview of all of the hazards that is to come. An active weather pattern across the area. We are expecting thunderstorms today. That's ahead of an area of low pressure out to our west. That'll be scooting very slowly across our area from the west today and tomorrow. It's going to bring us an active weather pattern as we're discussing here. So precip, rain, thunderstorms, and even some snow in the upper elevations and portions of our area. So if you are traveling along some of our mountain passes, Galena Summit, Banner Summit, you will be seeing some snowfall by tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we'll be talking about anticipated flooding concerns over the next couple of days. So we do have, if we're expecting rainfall, we're going to be expecting the potential for that flooding and the rain on snow. We do still have snow in the higher elevations to melt off, and we get the rain on top of it. There might be that additional increased flows in the area, rivers and streams. So a couple concerns over the next couple of days here. So let's break that down a little bit. Where are we expecting the stronger thunderstorms today? Well, we're expecting it in the areas in the orange here. I'll just move it over. So expecting it in Central Mountains, Stanley Basin, Wood River Valley, and not just concerned to the valley, but also the entire area. The Peshimeri Valley, Chalice might see a thunderstorm as well, but really the concern is going to be in eastern Idaho today. This is where the strongest concern for damaging wind, and the greatest risk for strong wind gusts are going to be. And that's going to start early this afternoon and continue through the early evening hours. So we're talking about anywhere east of the interstate corridor and east. So this includes the Teton Valley, Driggs, Victor, Island Park area, through Preston, the Bear Lake area. This also does include the interstate corridor, Pocatello, Blackfoot, Idaho Falls. However, the risk over here is lower. So what's causing all this? Well, there's that area of low pressure to our west and a cold front that's currently to our west. It will be passing eastward through tomorrow morning. Out ahead of it, our winds today are going to be pretty strong out of the south. So we're seeing winds later this afternoon increasing anywhere in the 15 to 25 mile an hour range, as we said, out of the south. And then behind it, once that front passes, we'll see a shift in the wind direction out of the southwest, and you'll see the speeds didn't really change a whole lot there, just the direction mostly changed. We are expecting, though, the winds to increase a little bit in the southern part of our state. So the Burley area, these southern highland areas, if you're going south toward Utah, expect your winds to be increasing here along Malad and anywhere really along the interstate corridor going south on I-15 there. And as we head toward tomorrow, you'll notice the front is well past us. So what's that do to our temperature? Well, if it's a cold front, we're expecting colder temperatures, right? So showing you a look at the temperatures forecast today, we're still pretty warm. Now we're going to be seeing lots of cloudy skies, so maybe it won't feel so cold. It'll be deceiving. But we're warming up into the 70s today. And then look at the dramatic difference compared to tomorrow. We're in the 50s now for high temperatures. So yeah, pretty decent cold front coming through today. So more impacts from this low and this cold front and everything that's coming through here today and tomorrow. Now this is a look at our forecasted rain totals for today and tomorrow, and anticipating all of this weather that's coming through. So this is the rainfall totals, irregardless of any thunderstorms that will be falling at any given location. So those totals would increase what's displayed on your screen here. So to take that into consideration if you are wherever you happen to live here. So, okay, you'll notice a little bit lighter precip amounts through the Snake River Plain here. We got some higher amounts in the mountains. Now I'll switch over real quick, and you'll kind of see that those higher amounts correspond to some snow. So also keep that in mind, that these these darker greens are associated with snowfall amounts. So, but okay, we got anywhere from ½ inch to an inch forecast, also corresponding to where we expected those higher thunderstorm amounts that we talked about earlier in this briefing. So those the ½ inch to an inch forecast in Island Park, Driggs, the Teton area, Soda Springs, corresponding to that higher threat. Okay, and as we discussed, we are expecting some snowfall in the same time frame. Now that's going to be behind the cold front, so we're not expecting it early this morning, early Thursday morning, but we are expecting it to develop later Friday evening into, or Thursday evening into Friday morning, excuse me. So you will start to see that snowfall on the tops of the mountains, and then start to fall at pass level by Friday morning. So this is a forecast of snowfall amounts through Saturday. So that's why these amounts are pretty high, because once it starts snowing, it's going to keep snowing. It's not going to warm up really. So once that precip begins, it will continue. So we've got a couple of inches of accumulation there, and higher amounts on the tops of the mountain. Okay, other impacts that are continuing, the river flooding, the Big Wood at Haley continues. We continue to have a flood warning at it, forecast to go into minor flood stage. It has not reached it quite yet, but you see the trend line forecast to reach that really quite soon here. And the probabilities of it exceeding that minor flood stage, if you look over to the right here, these teals and blues, you can kind of look at what that particular forecast is at this yellow line, and what its forecast is, what the possibility of exceedance to going toward moderate is, which is between 25 and 50%. Okay, and then just looking one more day ahead towards the weekend, we do still have some showers in the forecast for portions of our area, but we'll eventually start to dry out a little bit, at least for western and central Idaho going into the weekend. And I'll stop that briefing here. If you have any questions or concerns for today or tomorrow, or anything we discussed about in today's briefing, you can give us a call, 208-233-0834, and thank you for listening this morning.